Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like time is moving faster than it should? Like those fine lines, that constant fatigue, or the lack of energy crept up on you when you weren't looking? I know the feeling because I've been there too. It's easy to blame the passing years, to think that aging is just an inevitable part of life. But here's the truth. They're not the only culprits. The real issue? The sneaky habits we indulge in every day, the ones we barely notice but that silently chip away at our youth, energy, and vitality. I'm talking about the late nights glued to your phone, the extra cup of coffee that turns into 3, and even the innocent choices you make when stress hits. These habits, the ones we dismiss as harmless, are actually aging us faster than we realize. When I first started noticing the toll these habits were taking on me, I felt frustrated. How did it get to this point? Why didn't I see it sooner? But then I realized this isn't about beating myself up. It's about making a change. That's when I turned to wisdom from the Stoics, who taught that life is about controlling what we can and letting go of what we can't. They reminded me to focus on the essentials, to stop wasting energy on what drains us, and to start making deliberate choices to protect my body, mind, and soul. Now, I want to share what I've learned with you. Together, we're going to uncover those hidden habits that are aging you and figure out how to replace them with practices that restore your energy and vitality. I'll warn you, some of these might feel uncomfortably familiar, but that's a good thing. Awareness is the first step to transformation. Stick with me until the end, because the last habit I'm going to share might just change how you live your life. Trust me, it's a wake-up call you don't want to miss. So, let's dive in and take control of the habits that shape our lives. It's never too late to reclaim your youth, your energy, and your best self. Ready? Let's get started. Habit 1. Overindulging in sugar. Imagine this. You're sitting at your desk, mid-afternoon hits, and the slump comes crashing down. Your first instinct? Reach for a candy bar, soda, or some other sugary snack to perk you up. I've been there too, telling myself that it's just a little sugar, harmless in the grand scheme of things. But here's the truth. Sugar is quietly working against you, aging your body faster than you think. Sugar is often called the sweet poison, and for good reason. When consumed in excess, it doesn't just lead to weight gain, it affects your skin, energy levels, and overall health. Every time you consume refined sugar, it triggers a process called glycation, where sugar molecules bind to proteins like collagen and elastin. These proteins are what keep your skin smooth, firm, and youthful. Glycation weakens them, leading to wrinkles, sagging, and a dull complexion. It's like rust forming on metal, slow but inevitable if you don't intervene. But the damage goes beyond appearances. Consuming too much sugar spikes your blood sugar levels, which then crash shortly after. This roller coaster wreaks havoc on your mood and energy, leaving you tired and irritable. Over time, it contributes to inflammation in your body, a root cause of many chronic diseases, including diabetes and heart issues. So, how do you break free? Start by becoming aware of hidden sugars. It's not just the obvious culprits like candy and pastries. Sugar is lurking in processed foods, sauces, cereals, and even so-called healthy options like granola bars and flavored yogurts. Check labels for sneaky terms like fructose, sucrose, or corn syrup. Replace sugary snacks with whole foods. Craving something sweet? Opt for fruit. The natural sugars in fruits come with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that counterbalance the effects of sugar. For example, a handful of berries can satisfy your sweet tooth while actually benefiting your body. Gradually reduce your sugar intake. Instead of going cold turkey, ease into it. If you take 2 teaspoons of sugar in your coffee, cut it down to 1. Over time, your taste buds will adjust, and you'll find you don't even miss the extra sweetness. Lastly, drink more water. It helps curb cravings. Often, what we mistake for a sugar craving is just dehydration. Stay hydrated, and you'll notice those cravings fade. The Stoics remind us to practice self-control and avoid overindulgence. Sugar is no exception. By cutting back, you're not just avoiding wrinkles and inflammation, you're reclaiming control over your health. Every decision you make today shapes your tomorrow. Choose wisely. Habit 2. Skipping regular exercise. Let's be honest. How often do you look at your schedule and think, "I'll exercise later," only to let the day slip by without moving at all? I've made that excuse too, convincing myself that a skipped workout here or there wouldn't matter. But the truth? Lack of physical activity is one of the quickest ways to accelerate aging. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too. Exercise isn't just about staying fit or looking good. It's about keeping your body and mind sharp. When you skip regular movement, your muscles weaken, your joints stiffen, and your energy plummets. Over time, this lack of activity leads to poor posture, aches, and even chronic conditions like heart disease and diabetes. On the flip side, just 30-45 minutes of daily exercise can do wonders for your health. It boosts circulation, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to your skin. This helps maintain its elasticity and glow. Plus, exercise triggers the release of endorphins, those feel-good hormones that reduce stress and elevate your mood. It's like hitting the reset button for your entire body. If the thought of intense workouts makes you cringe, don't worry. Exercise doesn't have to mean hitting the gym every day or running a marathon. Find activities you genuinely enjoy. For me, it was discovering the joy of hiking. For you, it could be dancing in your living room, walking in the park, or practicing yoga. Strength training is especially important as you age. It helps maintain muscle mass, which naturally declines over time. And no, you don't have to lift heavy weights. Body weight exercises like squats, push-ups, and planks are highly effective. Even 15 minutes a few times a week can make a noticeable difference. If you struggle to stay consistent, tie exercise to a habit you already have. For example, I pair my morning coffee with a quick 10-minute workout. It sets the tone for the day. Or use exercise as a break between tasks. A brisk walk after lunch can energize you for the rest of the afternoon. The Stoics believed in caring for the body as a temple. Marcus Aurelius himself emphasized the importance of physical well-being, noting that a strong body supports a disciplined mind. Movement isn't just an obligation, it's a privilege. So, let me challenge you. Commit to moving your body every day for a week. It doesn't have to be perfect, just consistent. As you build this habit, you'll notice more energy, better focus, and a stronger, healthier you. Isn't that worth 30 minutes of your time? Habit 3. Failing to prioritize sleep. Have you ever pulled an all-nighter or burned the midnight oil, convincing yourself it was necessary? I used to wear my lack of sleep like a badge of honor, proof of my dedication and work ethic. But here's the thing. Sleep deprivation isn't a superpower. It's a slow poison that ages you faster than almost anything else. When you skimp on sleep, you're depriving your body of its natural recovery process. Sleep is the time when your cells repair, your brain processes information, and your energy reserves recharge. Without it, you're essentially running on fumes, and the effects show, both inside and out. Dark circles, puffy eyes, and dull skin are just the beginning. Sleep deprivation disrupts the production of collagen, the protein responsible for keeping your skin firm and smooth. Over time, this leads to premature wrinkles and sagging. But the damage isn't just skin deep. Studies show that chronic lack of sleep increases the risk of heart disease, obesity, and even cognitive decline. So, how can you prioritize sleep in a world that glorifies hustle culture? Start by setting a bedtime routine. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Create an environment that supports rest. Keep your bedroom dark, quiet, and cool. Put your phone away at least an hour before bed. Those endless notifications can wait until morning. If you struggle to wind down, try relaxation techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or reading a book. I've found that journaling before bed helps clear my mind of the day's clutter, making it easier to fall asleep. Also, be mindful of your evening habits. Limit caffeine and heavy meals close to bedtime. They interfere with your body's natural rhythm. The Stoics emphasized the importance of rest. Even Marcus Aurelius, one of the busiest men in history, understood the value of balance. He wrote about the need to care for the body as a vessel for the mind. Think of sleep as an investment, not wasted time, but a necessity for long-term success. When you prioritize sleep, you're giving your body and mind the tools they need to thrive. So tonight, instead of scrolling endlessly or binge-watching one more episode, choose rest. Your future self will thank you. Habit 4. Neglecting hydration. How many glasses of water have you had today? If you had to pause and count, chances are it's not enough. I used to underestimate the importance of hydration too, opting for coffee or soda instead of plain water. It wasn't until I noticed my skin looking dull and my energy levels plummeting that I realized how much my body was crying out for hydration. Water is life, literally. It makes up about 60% of your body and is essential for every function, from maintaining energy levels to supporting healthy digestion. Yet, so many of us overlook this basic necessity, and the effects are undeniable. Dehydration doesn't just leave you feeling sluggish, it impacts your skin, making it dry, flaky, and prone to premature wrinkles. Your body struggles to flush out toxins, leading to inflammation and other health issues. But the good news? Staying hydrated is one of the easiest habits to fix. Start small by carrying a reusable water bottle with you wherever you go. Having it within arm's reach serves as a constant reminder to drink. Set goals for your daily water intake. Aim for around 2.7 liters, 91 ounces for women, and 3.7 liters, 125 ounces for men, as recommended by experts. If plain water feels boring, jazz it up with slices of lemon, cucumber, or a handful of mint leaves. Herbal teas and infused waters can also help you meet your hydration goals while keeping things flavorful. Just be mindful of sugary drinks masquerading as healthy options. They often do more harm than good. Hydration isn't just about drinking water, it's about balance. Incorporate water-rich foods into your diet, like fruits and vegetables. Cucumbers, watermelons, and oranges are not only refreshing, but packed with nutrients that benefit your skin and overall health. The Stoics teach us to honor the fundamentals. Hydration might seem mundane, but it's foundational to everything else in your life. Without it, you're building on shaky ground. Take it from me, when I started drinking enough water, I noticed an immediate difference. My skin cleared up, my energy improved, and I just felt better. Make water your ally. It's the simplest, most accessible way to support your body and mind. So, grab that glass and drink up. Your body will thank you. Habit 5. Skipping meals and eating on the go. When was the last time you sat down to truly enjoy a meal? Not in front of your phone, not while rushing out the door, but actually savoring the food on your plate. If you're like I used to be, meals were more about convenience than nourishment. But let me tell you, this seemingly harmless habit does more damage than you might think. When you skip meals or rely on fast food, your body goes into survival mode. Your blood sugar drops, your metabolism slows down, and your body starts storing fat instead of burning it. Skipping meals also puts stress on your body, releasing cortisol, the same hormone responsible for premature aging. Over time, this constant state of stress affects everything from your energy levels to your skin's elasticity. But it's not just about skipping meals, it's also about what you eat when you finally do. Grabbing a greasy burger or a sugar-packed snack on the go may seem like a quick fix, but these choices are robbing your body of the nutrients it desperately needs to repair itself and function at its best. The solution: prioritize mindful eating. Plan your meals in advance, focusing on whole, nutrient-dense foods like lean proteins, vegetables, and healthy fats. If time is an issue, meal prepping can be a game changer. Spend a couple of hours on Sunday preparing meals for the week. It not only saves time, but ensures you're fueling your body with the right stuff. I also learned to make eating an intentional act. Sit down at a table, put away your devices, and focus on the food in front of you. Chew slowly, savor the flavors, and let your body signal when it's full. This simple practice helps you avoid overeating and ensures your body gets the nourishment it needs. The Stoics often spoke about moderation and intentionality. By taking control of your eating habits, you're not just feeding your body, you're nurturing your mind and spirit. Once I adopted these changes, I felt more energized, my digestion improved, and my overall well-being skyrocketed. Food is fuel, but it's also medicine. Treat it as such. Habit 6. Letting small stresses control your day. Let's be real, life is full of stress. But here's the thing, not all stress is created equal. While major life events can take their toll, it's often the small daily annoyances, the traffic jam, the rude email, the spilled coffee, that slowly chip away at our peace of mind and even our health. I used to let these little stresses ruin my day, but I realized they were aging me far more than I thought. When you let small stresses take over, your body stays in a state of fight or flight. This constant activation of your stress response floods your system with cortisol. Over time, this leads to inflammation, weakened immunity, and yes, premature aging. It's like running a car engine non-stop. You'll burn out faster than you think. The good news is, you don't have to let these small stresses win. The first step is awareness. When something frustrates you, pause and ask yourself, will this matter in an hour, a day, a year? More often than not, the answer is no. The second step is to develop quick stress relief tools. Deep breathing, for instance, is incredibly effective. Just a few minutes of slow, intentional breaths can calm your nervous system and reset your mood. Another method is reframing. Instead of seeing a traffic jam as wasted time, view it as an opportunity to listen to a podcast or reflect. I also found that practicing gratitude is a game changer. When you focus on what's going right instead of what's wrong, those little annoyances lose their power. Start your day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. It sets the tone for a calmer, more positive mindset. The Stoics were masters of controlling their reactions. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By choosing how you respond to small stresses, you're reclaiming your peace and protecting your well-being. Since adopting this mindset, I've noticed a huge difference. My days feel lighter, my mind is clearer, and my body feels less tense. Don't let the small things steal your joy or your youth. Take control, and you'll see how much easier and healthier life becomes. Habit 7. Ignoring your daily hydration needs. Let me paint you a picture. You wake up groggy, down a cup of coffee to kickstart the day, grab a quick breakfast, if you have time, and head out the door. Hours pass before you even think about drinking water, unless it's another cup of coffee or soda. Sound familiar? I used to live like this too, thinking hydration was something I could catch up on later. But what I didn't realize was how this neglect was silently aging me, both inside and out. Your body is about 60% water. It's essential for every single function, from maintaining healthy skin to lubricating your joints, flushing out toxins, and keeping your brain sharp. When you're dehydrated, your body struggles. You might not even notice the subtle signs: dry skin, fatigue, brain fog, but over time, the effects add up, leaving you looking and feeling older than you are. Dehydration is a stealthy enemy. When you don't drink enough water, your body diverts its limited supply to essential functions, like maintaining blood pressure and temperature. Guess what gets sacrificed first? Your skin. Without adequate hydration, it loses elasticity and starts to look dull, tired, and lined. You've probably seen those before and after shots of people who started drinking more water. 1 week in, their faces look smoother, fresher, even younger. That's not just coincidence, it's science. But it's not just your skin. Chronic dehydration affects your energy levels, digestion, and mental clarity. Have you ever felt exhausted halfway through the day and blamed it on not getting enough sleep? Sometimes the culprit is dehydration. Even mild dehydration can impair mood and cognitive function. And here's the kicker: by the time you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So, how do we fix it? Start small, but intentional. First, carry a reusable water bottle with you wherever you go. Make it a habit to sip water throughout the day rather than chugging it all at once. I keep mine on my desk as a constant reminder. It's like having a silent accountability partner. If plain water feels boring, spice it up. Add slices of lemon, cucumber, or mint. These little additions not only make your water taste better, but can also provide extra health benefits. For instance, lemon supports digestion, and cucumber is hydrating in itself. Another simple trick: pair drinking water with daily activities. For example, drink a glass of water first thing in the morning before your coffee. Trust me, your body will thank you. Have a glass before every meal and use it as a reset button during work breaks. Over time, it becomes second nature. But here's the thing: it's not just about drinking more water, it's about drinking better water. Avoid sugary drinks, which dehydrate you even more. And while coffee and tea are fine in moderation, don't let them replace your water intake. Remember, they act as diuretics, which can leave you losing more fluids than you're taking in. For me, one of the biggest game changers was simply understanding that hydration isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Once I prioritized it, I noticed changes almost immediately. Better skin, fewer headaches, more energy, and even a more positive mood. It's amazing what happens when you give your body what it's been begging for all along. Stoicism teaches us to care for what's essential and to control the things we can. Water is one of the most basic but overlooked essentials. It's something you can control daily with just a little effort. By choosing to hydrate, you're not just quenching your thirst, you're investing in your longevity and vitality. So, let me challenge you. Start tracking your water intake for the next week. Aim for at least 2 liters a day if you're a woman, and closer to 3 if you're a man. It might feel like a lot at first, but you'll quickly realize how transformative this simple habit can be. Every time you reach for that glass of water, remember, it's not just a drink, it's an act of self-care. It's a commitment to your body, your health, and your future. Hydration is the foundation of youth and energy, and it's time to take it seriously. Trust me, you won't regret it. Lesson 8. Overloading your schedule. Without prioritizing rest, do you ever feel like you're constantly running on a treadmill, trying to keep up with endless commitments, but never actually getting anywhere? I used to live like that, cramming my schedule with tasks, meetings, and obligations, thinking I was being productive. But let me tell you, overloading your schedule without prioritizing rest is one of the fastest ways to burn out and, quite literally, age your mind and body prematurely. When you're constantly on the go, your body doesn't get the time it needs to recover. Sleep quality declines, stress hormones like cortisol spike, and your immune system weakens. It's not just about feeling tired. This relentless pace impacts your skin, your energy, and even your mental clarity. Think about it. How often do you find yourself snapping at someone or forgetting things because you're simply overwhelmed? The first step to fixing this is recognizing that rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Your body needs time to recharge, just like a phone needs to be plugged in. And rest isn't just about sleep, though that's a big part of it. It's about creating moments of stillness throughout your day, where you can pause, breathe, and reset. Start by auditing your schedule. Are there tasks that can be delegated or eliminated? Learn to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. Saying no isn't selfish. It's an act of self-care. When you free up your time, you create space for rest and for the things that truly matter. Another game changer for me was establishing a bedtime routine. No more scrolling on my phone until midnight or cramming in one last episode of a show. I now wind down with a book or some light stretching, and I make it a point to get at least 7 hours of sleep every night. The difference it's made in my energy levels and overall mood is astonishing. The Stoics valued balance and moderation. They understood that to perform at your best, you need to take care of your body and mind. Remember, productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things well. Rest is the foundation that allows you to perform at your peak. So take it from someone who learned the hard way. Rest isn't a waste of time. It's an investment in your health, your energy, and your future self. Prioritize it and watch how everything else in your life starts to fall into place. Lesson 9. Neglecting personal growth. When was the last time you learned something new? If you're drawing a blank, you're not alone. It's easy to get caught up in the routine of work, chores, and social obligations, forgetting that personal growth is what keeps our minds sharp and our spirits alive. Neglecting personal growth isn't just about missed opportunities. It's a surefire way to let stagnation creep into your life. The truth is, your mind is like a muscle. If you don't challenge it, it weakens. Without new ideas, skills, or perspectives, you risk becoming stuck in old patterns of thinking. Worse, your brain's cognitive abilities can decline over time. Think of it like letting a car sit idle for too long. It starts to rust and break down. The beauty of personal growth is that it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to enroll in an expensive course or completely upend your routine. Start small. Pick up a book on a subject that interests you. Listen to an educational podcast during your commute, or set aside 10 minutes a day to learn a new skill. These small efforts compound over time, creating massive change. I've also found that stepping out of your comfort zone is key. Growth often requires discomfort. It's how we evolve. Whether it's trying public speaking, learning a new language, or tackling a challenging project at work, these experiences build resilience and expand your capabilities. Another powerful tool is reflection. Journaling about your experiences, both successes and failures, helps you gain clarity and extract lessons. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, was a fan of this practice. His meditations were essentially a journal of his thoughts and reflections, a way to refine his understanding of himself and the world. When I committed to continuous learning and personal growth, I noticed a profound shift. I felt more confident, adaptable, and excited about life. The monotony disappeared, replaced by a sense of purpose and progress. So don't let your life fall into autopilot. Make learning a priority, no matter how small the steps. As the Stoics would say, the good life is the life of progress. Every bit of growth you achieve today is an investment in the person you'll be tomorrow. Lesson 10. Failing to spend time alone. When was the last time you sat alone with your thoughts? No distractions, no noise, just you. For many of us, the idea of solitude is daunting. We drown it out with social media, streaming platforms, or endless social interactions. But failing to spend time alone is like refusing to listen to your inner compass. It's easy to lose direction and purpose in the chaos of daily life. The benefits of solitude are profound. Spending time alone allows you to reconnect with your values, evaluate your goals, and gain clarity about what truly matters. It's a reset button for your mind. When you're constantly surrounded by others' voices, you risk absorbing their opinions and losing sight of your own truth. Solitude helps you build self-awareness and strengthens your ability to make decisions aligned with your authentic self. It's not about isolating yourself, it's about intentional time to reflect and grow. Start small. Dedicate 10 to 15 minutes each day to just being alone. This could be in the morning before the day begins, or in the evening when the world quiets down. You don't need to meditate in perfect silence or journal for hours. Even a walk without your phone can be a form of solitude. Personally, I've found that spending time alone has helped me identify the habits and patterns that were holding me back. It's in those quiet moments that I've been able to ask myself the tough questions. Am I living the life I want? Am I prioritizing the right things? The answers aren't always comfortable, but they're necessary. The Stoics placed immense value on introspection. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." These moments of stillness are where you find strength, resilience, and clarity. Solitude isn't a sign of loneliness. It's a tool for self-discovery and growth. When you make time for yourself, you recharge your mind and soul. You'll return to your relationships and responsibilities with a clearer sense of purpose and greater emotional balance. So don't fear being alone. Embrace it. In solitude, you'll find the wisdom and courage to live life on your terms. Lesson 11. Neglecting gratitude. How often do you stop to appreciate what you have? If you're like most people, it's easy to focus on what's missing, what's not working, or what's next. But neglecting gratitude is one of the fastest ways to drain joy and fulfillment from your life. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you or counting your blessings. It's a mindset that shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. When you're grateful, you stop chasing what you don't have and start appreciating the richness of your current reality. This doesn't mean settling or giving up on your ambitions. It means acknowledging the good things you already possess while working toward more. Studies show that practicing gratitude can lower stress, improve relationships, and even enhance physical health. It's like a superpower for your mind and body. Gratitude rewires your brain to notice the positives in your life, reducing the grip of negative thoughts and boosting overall happiness. Start with a simple gratitude practice. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be grand. Small moments like a kind word from a friend, a sunny day, or even a great cup of coffee count. Over time, you'll train your brain to naturally look for the good. I'll admit, I used to roll my eyes at the idea of gratitude practices. I thought they were cheesy, maybe even a bit pointless. But once I started, the change was undeniable. I became more patient, less reactive, and more appreciative of the life I was living, even in its imperfect moments. The Stoics also emphasized gratitude. They believed that contentment comes not from having more, but from wanting less. Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Gratitude anchors you in the present, reminding you that life is happening here and now. Don't let your life become a never-ending cycle of chasing the next goal or fixating on what's wrong. Take a moment to pause and appreciate the beauty of what you already have. Gratitude is the antidote to dissatisfaction and a gateway to genuine happiness. Lesson 12. Chasing perfection instead of progress. How many times have you delayed starting something because you were waiting for the perfect moment? Or maybe you've abandoned a project because it wasn't turning out exactly how you envisioned. Chasing perfection is a trap that not only slows you down, but also prevents you from appreciating your progress. The truth is, perfection doesn't exist. It's a moving target, shaped by unrealistic expectations and fueled by comparison. When you strive for perfection, you set yourself up for frustration and burnout. Worse, you may never start at all, paralyzed by the fear of not getting it right. The key is to focus on progress instead of perfection. Each step forward, no matter how small, builds momentum. Celebrate your wins, even if they're messy or imperfect. Those incremental improvements add up over time and lead to the results you're striving for. Think about how babies learn to walk. They don't obsess over falling or wait until they can take flawless steps. They stumble, get back up, and keep moving. It's a process of trial, error, and growth. Yet, as adults, we forget this natural rhythm. We pressure ourselves to get everything right the first time, as if failing isn't a part of success. Personally, I've had to wrestle with this lesson many times. I'd delay sharing my ideas or working on my goals because I felt they weren't good enough. But when I finally let go of the need for perfection, I started to see real progress. My imperfect efforts taught me more than waiting ever could. The Stoics understood the power of embracing imperfection. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." This reminds us to focus on what we can do now, rather than worrying about an unattainable ideal. So, how do you shift your mindset? Start by taking action, no matter how small. Don't wait for perfect conditions. They rarely exist. Break your goals into manageable steps and tackle them one at a time. Reflect on your progress, not on how far you still have to go. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. Growth is messy, and that's okay. Remember, progress is a journey, not a destination. When you stop chasing perfection, you free yourself to learn, improve, and grow in ways you never thought possible. So take the leap, make the mistakes, and keep moving forward. The only way to fail is to never try at all.